Oh yeah, them doors are closed. I ain't giving you no input. Oh yeah, those doors are closed. I'm done. I'm not wasting my time on giving you valuable input. That's the topic of today's video. Are you writing them off? No, I'm not writing you off. But I am closing these doors on how far I'm willing to tangle with you. This is something I recently tackled, actually 2 times over. And it caused me to reevaluate not only my persona with being on screen with the YouTube videos and just being a public figure, but off screen as well. Because I said it in that video. You can follow up in that video about everything that I stated on trying to maintain a certain level of integrity, and people wear you out because it's not realistic. It's not realistic from the standpoint of it's completely different being on camera and then when you're interacting with the person and how they feel and some of the things that they're saying. So you can check out that video, see more on what I say, because I'm not going to waste any more time talking on that. But when we're talking about this input, with the 2 instances that I'm thinking about where I know what my intentions are on doing things when I'm dealing with people. I'm trying to be as transparent as possible, and what you're seeing is what you're getting. So I'm not trying to make this relationship or this conversation one big riddle, which I can't say that about everybody. You have some people that it's like you need a research book into what they're saying and what their objective is behind what they're trying to accomplish, because it's just convoluted, and in some instances they don't have good intentions behind what they're doing anyway, because it's apparent with the actions, the follow through, some of the things that they walk away with the conversation and just how they move and they interact, and it's just like it's not something that I could be bothered with. And with these 2 instances, what I'm thinking about one instance with one person where the whole interaction was a healthy interaction. It came from a healthy place. It was just healthy, and they walked away with, I'm going to say, an unhealthy take on what had transpired. It was just like, what? Had me just racking my brain, my head. I'm like, how are you even walking away with that? Second instance, same thing, to where it was funny. Even though I had actually said this to the individual, I was just like, you know what? This here was way more time consuming than it should have been. Won't be going down this road again. That's not something I suggest that you say to anybody, or this is not something that I'm saying that garnered like the best reaction, but me and this individual went round and round with this, and it was just like, hey, look, I'm gonna go ahead and cut it off at the knees, because ultimately at the end of the day, I just kind of determined this person can't take constructive criticism. It seems like the more that you're trying to let them know that this is coming from a healthy place, and you do have a say in it, because it does have to deal with you. They're not walking away healthy. It's like you're digging a further hole, and it's just like, the input that you tried to provide that was valuable, it wasn't worth it. It wasn't worth it from the standpoint of just the energy and the time that was put into it and the way that they walked away from the situation, only to come back a few months later to let me know that it was even worse than I initially had thought. It was just like, man, you know what? I'm done. You can do whatever you want. Don't seek input from me. Do it however you want. I've said this in older videos. When you're seeking input from a person, at least this is the way that I view it, I'm fine that you don't do whatever it is that you and I talk about. I'm content with just the fact that you may walk away and do something that was totally opposite, but you had the input or the insight from our talk to make your own decision, because at the end of the day, you can do whatever you want to do. Doesn't affect me. Do whatever you want. But where it gets tiring at, and I've talked about this with other people, where you have people who consistently lean on you, and they already know what they're going to do before they even talk to you up on it. And then they proceed to waste your time. With these 2 situations, they weren't that, but I just wanted to cover it because I just didn't want to leave those individuals out of whom I'm talking about. But one of the things that I had just realized with the 2 situations that I'm talking about was like, hey, At the end of the day, as far as I'm concerned, it's your loss. Because now, this was so taxing on not only me, my time, our relationship, what we had to deal with over nothing, that I don't want to go down that road with you anymore. I don't think that it's worth it. You can get your input, your insight elsewhere, because it's not worth it for me, my time, and just the energy that I'm putting up off into it. I don't have any obligation to you to do that. I put my best foot forward. It still came out, as far as I was concerned, healthy. It wasn't any, discouraged talking or tearing down on one another. Voices weren't heightened. I didn't say anything discouraging. I'm done with it. It was unnecessary, and I just found it to be useless. Now, what the other person's perspective could have been on it, it could have been different. Not too far off from what I'm thinking from the input that I got. But my point is that I do have a lot to offer individuals, just as we all do. We all have something that is worthy of passing along to other people. But when you operate with individuals like that, you can close doors to valuable input and they're missed opportunities. Never get input from them again. It's valuable input that is just gone. Be a fractured relationship. It could just be a resource that is wasted. And I just wanted to take time out for that, to think about the things that we say, the things that we do, not to always have our feelings on our shoulders, up on everything, to be open to constructive criticism, to hear other people out, not just always be in your emotions or just expecting to have your ears tickled. Because you can close doors on valuable information. That's the point of this video. That's it. I don't have anything else to say. Stay encouraged. Avoid being discouraged. I'm Ayin. You have a good one.